Hello everyone. So welcome to the channel of RD Automation Learning. So today we are going to tell you about the current market update, the recession 2023 and when the hiring will start. So there were many questions that were coming in the live session that we were just doing ahead, right? And many people are also commenting, many people are also dropping an email about the updates of the market, right? So currently what is happening in the market? So if you can see from January onwards, January 2023, the layoffs that has happened in Jan itself were more than the entire layoffs that had happened in the entire year of 2022, right? So the situation from January 2023 onwards is very bad, right? It has been disappointing. It has been a negative situation. But now if you see in the month of June, July, the number of layoffs have reduced. Now again, the people are, getting jobs and some people are also getting laid off. So now what is happening is now the market has come up in a kind of a mixed emotions. So we are seeing kind of positive as well as negative things that are happening. So if you see yesterday's video in which we had covered that there are multiple companies who are going to hire. For example, Lenovo is going to hire more than 1,000 people in India itself, right? So at the same time, we also got a news from MDocs about getting 2,000 people getting laid off, right? So the market is currently going on in the mixed emotions. Now let's understand why such things are happening, right? This is very, weird, and this has never ever happened in the past. Now, if you see in the year of 2008, in which the crucial point was of the Lehman Brothers, right? Because of the because of that company, the entire recession was there in 2008 year. In 2023, or you can say 22, the triggering point is again, the US federal bank rates getting hiked up, right? So these are the reasons behind why this kind of situation are being coming up. Now, if you see more into the broader level, so these are the reasons, and we all know what are the basic reasons behind all these kind of things happening. Now, there are two kinds of jobs. One is when you work in a service-based companies, and one is when you work in a product-based companies, right? Now, if you are in a service-based companies, so you have limited projects with you, right? You have some ongoing projects with you, and you expect some more projects to come, which are again dependent on, some of the work been getting from the US side, because the globalization is in place. So whatever is happening in US, there will be some kind of, positive or negative things happening in other countries also. So similarly, if you see, if you are working in on some service-based companies and you expect some job openings from there, so right now there will not be any job openings because they have very limited project scope, right? Even if any new projects are going to come, so they won't have those kind of timeline. They don't have that kind of assurance. Hence, the job openings are less, right? This is also one of the reason, right? Now, if you say product-based companies in which they make their own products, right? So they are actually affected due to all these things. They are also affected. So what is happening? They will be going for, layoffs. They will be planning to go for cost cutting, right? See, even in service-based companies, the layoffs have happened, but they have actually termed it as a kind of a background check verification. So even in service-based companies, the layoffs have happened, and they are telling that your BGV is incorrect, hence they have laid off, right? But and for current thing, they have put their hiring on freeze, right? But if you see product-based companies, so they are actually laying off a lot of people. But recently now, if you see the stock market, the stock price of all the companies who have done laid off, so now their stock price has improved. So the people would be ready to do some investment. So you can expect the calls to come maybe after one more quarter, right? Maybe after 2 or 3 months, the situation will definitely improve. And see, if you have been delaying things to learn, if you have been delaying some courses to learn, if you have been delaying some things like, okay, this thing I'll be learning after 6 months, after 8 months, then this is the best time to learn that particular thing. Because once the job market will open, there will be a very, very tough competition, because two kinds of people will be applying into the market: the newbies, the freshers, as well as the experienced people who have got laid off, right? So there will be a multiple level of competitions that you will have to face, but at the same time there will be mass hiring, so you can expect some lenient interviews to happen, but at the same time you cannot expect to get hired if you are not able to answer basic questions, right? So that's how you should plan, that's how you should look ahead, right, rather than just waiting for when the hiring will start or when the calls will begin. Right now there are very less jobs for software testing. If you see the software testing role, and it's not only related to software testing, it's also related to development role or SAP role. So there are very limited opportunities. There are very limited opportunities, and for freshers the opportunities are very less. Even for experienced, the opportunities are for people who are having more than 4+ years of experience, until and unless they need some quick replacement. So at that time, even 2 or 3 year person is getting hired. But then those are limited to, let's say, if in some project there are 10 testers working. So I'll explain you that scenario also, right? And they all were getting built. Out of that, out of 10, one person has resigned. So some other person who, one person who has resigned has 2 to 4 years of experience. So some other person who has experience of 2 to 4 years will get hired. So that doesn't mean that hiring is there for 2 to 4 years of experience. This is just a replacement. If the new projects will come up, so automatically the hiring will be there for each and every year of experienced person, right? So that's how the market is going currently. We are seeing both the kinds of news. Some people are also coming up with the positive news that they will be starting the mass hiring. Some people are coming with the negatives to news that layoffs are happening, but now the layoffs have actually reduced, and now slowly and gradually you can see this is a change in the trend that is coming up. First, what used to happen, you only got used to get negative layoffs news. Now you are getting positive news in some proportion compared to negative news. It is less, but still we have started getting those kind of news, right? Like the mass hiring will begin soon. They have made official statements on Times of India, moneycontrol.com. You can get all these updates. Even we are covering on all these updates in our videos also. So such are the scenarios that are happening in the market. So earlier it was fully negative. Now it is negative plus positive. So slowly and gradually the market is improving. And as now you can see the US Federal Bank, they have stopped, increasing the interest rates, which is why now the again, the situation will improve and it will become stable. Earlier this kind of thing happened because there were few banks which got shut down due to the very high interest rate in the US. So you would have heard about Silicon Valley Bank, right? So there were some multiple banks who got shut down because of this particular um, this particular interest rate being hiked in those particular US countries, right? So those were the issues because of which these all things started. And now eventually we are seeing an end, but yes, still it will take time. So you can expect 2 or 3 more months, right? So by the time you can prepare yourself, and then you can also give mock interviews on our channel at rdautomationlearning@gmail.com. In this channel, we are covering various videos on software testing related to manual testing, automation testing. Apart from that, we have also come up with a new channel, right? So this also you can subscribe, right? You will get a lot of videos on Python, Java programming, right? So that's it for this video. And please put your comments in the please put your responses in the comment section of the video, how you are feeling about the today's market. And if you are getting any calls, if you are getting any interview schedule, then please share interview questions with us at any of this email addresses. So one is RD Automation Learning, that is @gmail.com. One is RD Technical Learning @gmail.com, which is actually a new channel that we have started, in which we'll be focusing on Java and Python programming interview questions, right? So thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more updates.